Hello, scholars. I'm going to make this a little bigger. How are you? Today is Friday, May the 1st, and I'm going to just give you a little preview of what we're going to do next week. So before I do that, I'll just go over some of the grades and things you should have done by now, and then I'll talk about what we're going to do next week. So the last 2 weeks, we've been learning about the Holocaust, and you've been reading articles on commonlit.org. You've also been doing no red ink practice on apostrophes and in-text citations. And all of that is to help us with what we're starting next week, which is going to be our Holocaust research project. Yeah. Let's look at, so this week you should have done 4 big assignments, and they're going to be 4 grades. So you should have done in-text citations practice on no red ink. You should have read the article about Jewish refugees on the SS St. Louis on Common Lit. You should have done a Google survey asking you what you learned about the Holocaust. And you should have done a no red ink in-text citation quiz on no red ink. Okay. Today's objective is really for you to catch up. So it's really for you to finish these 4 assignments and to make sure that you've done all of your assignments so far. I'm also just going to give you a little preview of what's coming next week. So next week, we're going to start researching the Holocaust. So you're going to select a research topic, and you're going to start pulling websites that you would use to research your topic. So in order to do this, you're going to first look at this PowerPoint that has all of the research topics and sources on one slide. So like one slide will be one topic, it'll have a picture of the person, a little paragraph about the person, and then websites that you can use to research the person. And then the next slide will have a different person. And so your job next week is to pick a person, and then you're going to have a document where you put your name and the person you're going to research. And then you're going to also pick 3 websites from the PowerPoint to put into your document. And you're going to take notes on one source. So that's what we're doing next week. So it's important that you've done all the work from the last 2 weeks so that you know a little bit about the Holocaust and some background about it, because we're going to then look at topics that might be a little lesser known and not as general. So that's what we're doing next week. If you have any questions, please let me or Mrs. Cooper know. Also, please try to keep up with the work. So far you have 9 classwork grades and 3 quiz grades. The grades that were put in this week are on this announcement, and they're here. So there were 2 assignments on April 27th and 28th, and there were 2 assignments on April 29th and 30th. And then last week, there were also other assignments, and you could see that when you look at the preview for week 2, you'll see that there were a bunch of grades that were put in last week. Some were from before spring break, some were from after spring break. So look at your PowerSchool, because your PowerSchool is updated, and your Google Classroom, and see what you've handed in and what you haven't handed in, and use today to make up your work. You can also